guaranteeing to sell yours in 30 days or less, or he'll buy it himself. No excuses, no delays, no fine print games. This is real. If you're serious about selling, call 305-440-1990 and see if your home qualifies. Osmani Garcia delivers results. Osmani Garcia, the home of the 30-day sale guaranteed, where guarantees are backed by action. Call now, don't wait. This market won't wait for you. Restrictions apply. Call 305-440-1990.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
Where can you drive a new Acura ZDX for only $439 a month? There's just one place, Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty, yes sir. Welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll from beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes sir. We are in the second floor poker room, having some fun. Come on out. Lovely ladies are out here to serve you some drinks, some food. The dealing is happening as we speak. TVs everywhere. So we got racing, gaming, action, all that. You could be on the app betting on your sports with the Hialeah hookup, and then you could go to the windows to wager on any of the races across the country. And then you're wagering while you're playing poker. That's a lot of wagering. I'm just saying. So there you go. You can go crazy out here at Hialeah Park. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, man. All right. Lots of stuff to talk about. Those Panthers last night was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty. It was just something that you absolutely love to watch. And, as you all know, we don't have a team like this in town. Not the Dolphins, not the Heat, not the Inter Miami, not Miami Marlins. None of our pro teams possess what the Panthers have physically, mentally, psychologically. It is awesome to watch. And what the Marlins don't have, what the Heat doesn't have, what the Dolphins don't have, what Inter Miami doesn't have, they have waves of stars that can come at you. Verhage, along with Bennett, can beat you one night. And then it's Barkov and Kachuk another night. And then it's Lundell. It just goes on and on and on and on, and it's just stupid. It's just ridiculous. And so and yesterday you get what is it? How many defensemen? Mikola, Kulikov, and Ekblad. And Boquist also had a hell of a game, and he's filling in for somebody else. Yeah, this Rodriguez, the Spanish guy. Not really Spanish, but I'm just saying. It's stupid. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. And remember what I told you. You have Marchand here also who can beat you also. It's just silly. Okay, what's going on with the Panthers? How deep they are, how good they are, how focused they are. It is amazing, dude. And they just come at you waves. Last night, they broke Toronto badly. Mentally, they beat them down physically. They beat them down mentally, and they beat them down psychologically. The third period, they didn't even come out to be dirty at least. At least to be dirty. Because that's what I expected the third period. Like, okay, they know they're done. Okay, now this will be the period where they're going to take a whole bunch of cheap shots. Brother, you have beat them up so badly that they can't even respond. They're so beaten down. They're soft. It's truly amazing. And kudos to the Panthers. It's funny because this was the Panthers. The Toronto Maple Leafs were the Panthers for many, many years, dude. They would have some guys that were like snipers, then they would have some decent seasons, the Oli Jokinens of the world. And I'm trying to think of some of these other guys that had some decent seasons scoring. But then when push came to shove, they would always fall behind, try to kill themselves to make the playoffs. And if they happen to make the playoffs once every blue moon, they would get their asses handed to them. And it's just, was it Fleischman or some shit like that? Fleshman or some. I'm just trying to think of some of those guys that were like leading scorers for the team. And they were all decent players, scorers. Yeah. Soft. And Huberdeau was soft. Trocheck was a tough little son of a bitch, but he can't play any defense. You have to have the team you have now around Trocheck to protect him. You know what I'm saying? But that's who they were, the team you can beat up and push around. They do the beating up. They do the pushing around. They do the scoring. They dictate what goes on in the game. Hateful Steve checked in with me last night, and he goes to me, "So how you feeling about tonight?" I said, "Very confident. I've never wavered 1 minute with this team because this is what they've earned. It's 6 straight years of the playoffs. It's now trying to go to the Stanley Cup 3 straight years. We're not talking about some fluke bullshit here. We're talking about real deal what we don't have anywhere else in town. Not even close. I mean, you just gotta absolutely love the way they played last night and shutting them absolutely down. Bob, 31 saves. Boquist had a goal and assist. Reinhardt, Schmidt both had a pair of assists each. Ekblad with a goal and assist. Mikola and Kulikov also had goals in this game. I mean, it's amazing, dude. It's amazing. And by the way, the spirit of Ty Dummy lives on because Max Dummy, since he can't be a goal scorer, he's gone back to being his dad. He's a freaking goon in this series.
The Maple Leafs have turned to thuggery.
And they needed a dummy to do it. So Neil, rest in peace while you're up there. You know, Neil God is watching upon us, and he's like, there's Max Dummy, and you know he's doing a talk show right now and ripping into Max and Ty Dummy and the entire generation of dummies. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. And by the way, since I know they got a cheesy one last night, but I'm going to go with our Florida Panthers and our Keeping It Clean segment.
Let's find out who's keeping it clean. Who shut out who kept their... Let's find out who's keeping it clean. Who shut out who kept their opponent from advancing or winning. Who had a clean performance? It's our Moody Ass Dental Clean Sheet segment.
When it comes to keeping a clean and beautiful smile, call our friends at Moody Ass Dental for an appointment. In Hialeah, 305-821-0231. In Plantation, 954-692-6825. Get your smile back at Moody Ass Dental. Visit them on Instagram at moodyass.dental.
Now, let's find out who's keeping it clean.
I got to go with the Panthers. And in our clean segment, it doesn't have to be a complete shutout or anything. Like it says, stopping somebody from winning. And last night, that was a clean sheet performance. I don't care about the cheesy goal they got at the end. That one meant nothing. The fact that they shut them down, the fact that they beat them down, the fact that they handled them, the fact that Kachuk, the prior game, warned them that they're coming after him. Okay? That, my friends, is amazing. Just like, of course, my friends at Moody Ass Dental. So go see the fantastic family. That way, the Moody Ass family, they've got 2 locations, Dade and Broward. You got the phone numbers there. Dade 305-821-0231. Plantation 954-692-6825. Invisaligns, dental implants, preventive care, cosmetic surgery. My entire family goes there. And last night, I got to tell you, man, that was a clean sheet performance. That's the kind of stuff that makes you so proud for this team to go on the road and to be down 0-2 and down 2-1 in the game, right? Or 3-1. What was it? The third game, they were down 3-1. Very Dallas Mavericks, Dwayne Wade. Down 2-0, and then you're in Dallas and you're down in the third quarter, and you said, no, I'm not going out like this. And the rest is history. You all remember that, right? kind of reminds you of that moment. And from that moment on, I mean, Bob went like the 2 goals he's allowed in like the last 160 minutes or something are cheesy goals. One was a ricochet off Seth Jones, and then the one last night that was just cheesy at the end. But you want a clean sheet performance. I go with the Florida Panthers last night with that ass kicking they handed the Toronto Maple Leafs to take a 3-2 lead in this best of 7 series, and they broke them every way possible. So if you want to get your smile back and you want to get a great smile, clean those teeth, repair them, cosmetic surgery, Invisalign, straighten them out, visit our friends at Moody's Dental. Our Florida Panthers get the Clean Sheet Award of the night.
This clean segment is brought to you by Moody's Dental.
Invisalign, dental implants, preventative care, or cosmetic surgery. When it comes to keeping a clean and beautiful smile, get your smile back with our friends at Moody's Dental. Call for an appointment in Hialeah, 305-821-0231. In Plantation, 954-692-6825. Get your smile back at Moody's Dental. Visit them on Instagram at moodys.dental.
Last night we saw something very familiar. Very familiar. Something that I've been used to for decades now. So let me ask you, you watched the Florida Panthers last night beat down the Toronto Maple Leafs. You watched them fold. Did the Toronto Maple Leafs remind you of any team here in town? Just wondering. I just wondering. I just want to see here on the chat board. You know, I know those of you listening on the podcast, you can't answer. You can send me a tweet if you want at Big O Show or, you know, Blue Sky, Big O Radio Show, Instagram, wherever whatever platform you use. So who did the Toronto Maple Leafs remind you of last night? Just wondering. Because I'm sitting there going, wow, these Panthers are amazing. And then I'm looking at the Maple Leafs, I'm going, yeah, this I've seen this story before. I've seen this kind of team. I see them all the time. Both Heat and Dolphins. I'm going to go just Dolphins. You know why? Because the Heat, at least in recent memory, won some championships here. They've been a tough team. The Dolphins haven't been tough for over 40 years. Every big moment they've ever had for the last 4 decades, they get punched in the mouth and they go home and cry like little bitches that they've been. It's interesting how the Miami Dolphins and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and by the way, listen to Maple Leafs fans. How do they talk about their Maple Leafs? The same way we talk about our Miami Dolphins. Interesting. But that game was like two-sided for me. I was loving what the Panthers were doing, and then I'm looking at the Maple Leafs. I'm going, bro, this is my Dolphins right here. This is who the Dolphins are. The wusses that get punched in the mouth and they fold like a cheap tent. When John Riggins is running all over you, when Thurman Thomas is running all over you, when the Baltimore Ravens are running all over you, when the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen are running all over you, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the decade. It's the same team every single time. That's what I saw yesterday. When I'm watching the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm going, dude, this is the Miami Dolphins. The way the Maple Leafs fans talk about their team, how it's been choking for years, they're burning jerseys, they're throwing them onto the rink and everything. We don't really do that for our players, actually. The Dolphins don't really burn jerseys. We're kind of used to it's like we're used to the disappointment. You know what I mean? Like all these hardcore fans that travel all over, they act like they have all this confidence. None of them have any confidence. They're just hardcore Dolphin fans. They love their team, and they lie to themselves all the time. That's all. That's all they're doing. None of them really believe what bullshit that they're spewing out there. Nobody believes in the Dolphins. Nobody. They may say it deep down inside. If we put you with a lie detector, there's not a damn one of you that believes in the Dolphins. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, a lot of people recycle the jerseys. I've seen a few first ever Ewers jerseys, the number 14 with Ewers on.
I've seen them for sure. They won't get rid of the Tannehill jersey. Yeah. Spent a lot of money. But the Maple Leafs are the Miami Dolphins. It's amazing, dude. Amazing. That's what I got from last night's 6-1 victory. Enjoying the hell out of this Panther run and then going, yeah, you Maple Leafs fans, I can relate with you people. We're brothers from a different mother. That's for sure. Dolphins and Maple Leafs fans. Yes, sir.
And this run is very reminiscent of what we had 2 years ago with the expectations.
Right.
Where like, okay, and then here we go. And same old.
Same old. So a hell of a game last night. Panthers 6, Dolphins 1. Yeah, couldn't even get a safety. Dolphins suck. They gave them an extra point as a gift. Yeah. Here. So you won't. So you'll avoid the shutout. We'll give you an extra point. And our kicker happened to make that extra point. That's all. So, what are you going to do? Remember, folks, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always truly appreciate that. Thank you. Bitcoin right now, by the way, it is 103,000, I think. Let me see. It was getting closer back to 104. It's been like fluctuating between 103, 104, all that good stuff. Still kind of in the same area. It's at I have it 103 exactly, but maybe it just needs to refresh. Here we go. 103, $14. So there you go. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum, Solana, and Chainlink donation also on the program. And you can help us get to Madrid. We want to do our show out there for the week, do our show at a Dolphins bar in Spain, and break any news that goes on there and cover any events or anything that goes on. Have some fun while we're out there, obviously. I don't know if there's any concerts that week. I should check concerts in Madrid. Wonder if they have a concert listing from now till they should by November. Yeah, you're going to check it out? Madrid concert listing November. See if that comes up or something. Wonder if they have any good concerts that week, because I always got to check. I'm going to AC/DC tomorrow. All right. Anybody going to be at AC/DC? I'm going to try to be at the pop-up store like around 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. And then I'll go over to the Quonset and enjoy that. And then on Saturday, I'll be at the Hard Rock and I'll be at the Morrissey concert. So I don't know if any of you are going to the Morrissey concert, but I'm looking forward to that one. Okay. Panthers, they did pick up a victory. Sean Stanley, when you pick up a victory on this show, we give you a victory cigar. Love it. All right. So congratulations to the Panthers. I'd like to give a victory cigar to Inter Miami, but, And by the way, they just signed Jordi Alba through the 2027 season. Yeah, I mean, everything that you're doing works so well. You might as well keep doing it. One Republic? What day? November 14th. Okay, 2 days before. I'm not a One Republic guy. That's a little girly band. Katy Perry, November 11th. Okay. Iron Maiden was going to be there. What day? July 5th. July 5th. What the hell does that have to do with November, bro? You're telling me like you make it sound like I barely missed them or something.
For some reason, I was thinking it already happened. Only in May. That's how far I'm out.
Oh, you missed Iron Maiden. When? In July. They are in Barcelona, 12th and 16th
of July.
They have 2 dates in Barcelona?
That's what this is showing, yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Oh, your buddy Lionel Richie.
By the way,
August 2nd.
Oh, there we go. He still really has the pipes. For those of you that don't know, he's laughing because I walked out of the last Lionel Richie concert at the Hard Rock Live. It was bad. He wasn't singing anymore. He's kind of talking it, and you can always tell when they're losing their voice and they don't have it anymore. They want people to chime in and sing their songs. Yeah, hold the microphone. Yeah, sing the chorus. Go ahead. Yeah, let me take. It's the Jimmy Butler way of concerts. Okay, the Jimmy Butler way of concerts. I'll get some backup singers to carry my higher notes. Can't do that. I'll get the crowd involved and sing, a third of the song and all that, and I'll get paid all this money, and I can barely perform it anymore. It's like going to see Ozzy Osbourne, and Zakk Wylde does like a 25-minute solo, and Ozzy does 50 minutes of a concert. And you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, he was out for an hour. Yeah, no, but Zakk Wylde was out for 25 minutes doing a solo and walking around the entire damn stadium. That's why the concert was, longer than what you thought. Like when I saw Ozzy the last time at Rockville, he performed maybe 50 minutes, maybe 45. And Zakk Wylde he did like a 25-minute solo, which was awesome. But that's the reason why you played a headlining show of an hour and something, because you really weren't singing, dude. Yeah.
And I don't know, but Pat Nashville, I know he's a music guy, and you are
big
too.
Big time.
Larkin Poe is also going to be there.
Larkin Poe. I have no idea, dude.
No?
You go deeper than I do sometimes with some bands that I have no
That's
idea.
That's why I didn't mention him at first, because I didn't know.
I have no idea who Larkin Poe is. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about Larkin Poe. Are they worth it? Like, I got to check it out. But I mean, if I'm going to go to a concert, if I go to Madrid, it's got to be a good concert, man. It's got to be something good. So if you want to help us, use the QR code there, make a donation. We'd appreciate that immensely. Thank you for helping us however you want. And by the way, of course, you can do it through Venmo and PayPal, PayPal or Cash App, because most of you have been donating. Very few people have actually used the GoFundMe page, which is crazy. I thought that's how we would set it up and people would do it. They're still doing the Venmo stuff. Here, this is for the trip. So, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It just would have been cool that it would have been like shown on the GoFundMe, It's kind of a weak number, right? Oh, Lordy. By the way, markets, just in case, up 257 points. The Dow, the S&P is up 16, and the NASDAQ is barely up. Okay. What else do we have going on? Yesterday, the schedule was released. So the question is, what was the NFL thinking? What is going through your mind? Because they just handed the Dolphins a major responsibility that they can't handle, that they've never been able to handle for 40 years. Miami does not perform well on primetime games. They don't perform well against good teams. You gave Miami 6 primetime games. 6. The Madrid one is a primetime game. You're the only one on. That's prime time for me. So you're playing week 3 at the Bills at 8:15 on Thursday. Week 4, you got a shot to win that one against the Jets at home, 7:15 Sunday night. It's a doubleheader that night. Week 9 versus Baltimore on Thursday night, 8:15. Week 11 versus Washington in Madrid at 9:30 in the morning. Week 15 at Pittsburgh, you got a chance because Pittsburgh sucks, 8:15 on a Monday night. And then week 16 against Cincinnati, 8:20 on a Sunday night. That's a lot of responsibility for one of the biggest choking teams in the history of the NFL. They used to be one of the best teams in the history of the NFL. But after the last 3 decades, you have now become one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to primetime for sure. Why would you do that? Please don't tell me that the NFL must know something we don't. Of course. And, the whole liner is, well, now that we're not expecting anything from the Dolphins, this is when they'll surprise us. And I saw Achan's interview and talking about, he was asked about the toughness question. Oh, yeah, we heard about it and this and that. Let me explain something to you. I've been at this for a long time. The good cop cannot become a bad cop. Just doesn't happen. You are who you are. And McDaniel is who he is. It's not going to change. He can try, but nobody's going to buy it at all. And you are what you are, and you don't become tough all of a sudden. That happens over time. It didn't happen with the Panthers right away. You brought in Radko Gudas and you started it, but you weren't there yet because you still didn't have the ultimate success. And even when you got to the Stanley Cup the first go around, you got your asses handed to you. Why? Because you still weren't ready. You still weren't tough enough. It doesn't happen overnight. So for any Dolphin fan that thinks that, hey, no, listen, they're going to turn the page overnight, that's a process. And you have to have a lot of players. Do you want me to go through the roster of the Panthers? Is it 1 or 2 guys that are tough on the Panthers? 1 or 2 on each line. Maybe, I don't know, is there a soft player on the Panthers nowadays? I don't even know if there's a finesse player. Is there a finesse player really on the Panthers? Oh, Bob, yeah, that was smart. So smart. So smart. Did you see Mike Cunha on Twitter? He got that picture and he goes, "This is how I handle all my problems in life." That was a great line on his part. That was good, Mike. That was good.
I think funny. Barkov has become tougher with Kachuk around him, but I still.
Oh no, he's tough. He's tough.
No, I mean he's a tough, but
he's just not a.
He's not that.
He's not Kachuk tough.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's what I mean by that.
He's not Marchand tough.
Yeah, he's tough.
He's not Bennett tough.
He's tough in a different way, I guess.
He's tough. Right? Like he'll play you as tough as it gets, but he's not like a talker. He's not like
so much skill.
He's not going to instigate a fight. All these other guys will. Everybody instigates fights. Everybody. Is there a soft player on the Panthers? There really isn't. Yeah, even Paul Maurice. Did you watch him celebrate the Stanley Cup and shoot out all the bad words and everything? Come on, bro. You don't become tough overnight. So the Dolphins aren't going to become tough overnight. HN can talk all he wants about it, and by the way, he doesn't bring that kind of game. So it's that he's not the guy I want to use when I want to pound the shit out of the football. Do you? No, I think we're going to use Madison or the Ollie kid if he can, prove to be that, and then a short yardage you hand it to the fullback or something. You want to punish people. HN's not a punisher. The Panthers, did you watch it last night? They punished the Toronto Maple Leafs. Absolutely punished the Toronto Maple. So you're going to tell me that all of a sudden the Dolphins, who have never been a team that can punish you for 40 years, are all of a sudden going to become that? It just doesn't happen. And it's nice and it's, cute to talk about and all that. And it gets you going for a radio segment, or you could write an article about HN and the Dolphins working on toughness. You don't work on toughness, bro. You are tough. Period. End of story. It's in your DNA. It is your disposition. It's who you are. It's your characteristic. Any other adjective you want me to use to describe it? If you don't possess it, you don't have it. Either you acquire Alonzo Mourning or you don't get it. That's just the way it goes. And if you want to go acquire Alec Kessler, rest in peace, then you go ahead. Things have got to be done the right way, and they just don't change with the wave of a wand. We're going to wave a wand. And that's it. It's going to change. We're going to become tough all of a sudden. No, dude. Toughness is proven over a couple of seasons that you go through some tests and you start passing them and not failing them. And then you still fail some. And then the next year, you start passing those tests even more and failing less. And then the following year, you actually pass them a lot more than you fail. And then that's when you start to become that team that can, I'm sorry, some of you aren't old enough. I'm going to say, you remember back in the day? Most of you weren't back in the day. So it's cute. It's a big responsibility. This is a team that's never been tough for decades. And I don't know what the NFL was doing handing the Dolphins 6 primetime games. And as a hardcore fan, I am terrified of this because this is 6 times that the nation gets to see. It's not something I want to showcase. Okay? We're in day 18,707. Do you know what that is? This is day 18,707 since the last time the Miami Dolphins lifted the Lombardi Trophy. So today, Thursday, May 15th, 2025, makes it 18,707 days that it's been since the last time the Miami Dolphins lifted the Lombardi Trophy. In fact, the last time they lifted the Lombardi Trophy is probably a lot longer than most of you have been around. That's insanity. Okay? Anybody over 50, you were around. Those of you under 50, you have no idea what we're talking about. It's crazy, isn't it? I'll be 59 this year. And that's insanity. That's a big responsibility, dude. 6 primetime games. I hope they surprise us. I hope they shock us. What I hope they don't do is what they normally do. Fold like the Toronto Maple Leafs. Because it sucks to have my favorite team out on national television only to, get embarrassed and lay an egg. It's disgusting, actually. Big responsibility. By the way, BigCheeseMiami.com, proud sponsors of ours. I love Gary and all the great people out there. And obviously, it all started 40 years ago with Gary and the amazing Billy. And we just lost Billy, rest in peace. But his spirit and his idea lives on. Him and Gary created this 40 years ago. They created an institution. Go visit my friends there. Have some great pasta, which, by the way, is shipped from Italy, cooked fresh daily, 305-662-6855. Go to BigCheeseMiami.com. Check out the menu. It's enormous. You'll check it out. Delicious desserts. The garlic rolls, make sure you order those garlic rolls because they are to die for. You're going to love it. BigCheeseMiami.com. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the amazing Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. If you're looking for custom printing and embroidery, please call my friend Alan Blanco, your company, your corporation, school, anywhere you're at in the country, man. You need it for the most popular one. It hasn't been uniforms, actually, that they've called for Alan. It's like field trips, picnics, parties, get-togethers, like where you have like 50, 100, 200 employees. And we've had several of our listeners over the last couple of years call Alan about that. That's been the most popular one. And so if you need that, you all are going to Disney World or something. You need the shirts so you're all, all together and you can be easily spotted, that kind of stuff. Call Alan. You can do all of that through the email, through phone, and reach out to him. You can do it by Zoom call, 786-618-1443. Last night, the Panthers defeated the Dolphins 6-1. They take a 3-2 lead on the Dolphins in this best-of-7 series. Game 6, Panthers and Dolphins at Amarant Bank will be on Friday night at 8 o'clock. San Jose and Inter Miami, they played to a 3-3 draw. Allende, by the way, had 2 goals. We were just talking about him yesterday on how hot he was. And how about Arena saving Messi from a red card? That was a classy move by the coach on his part. Sunday they've got for the Shield, yeah, for the league, yeah. People be selling or trying to dump their tickets on Sunday. Sunday they take on Orlando City. They have just become a mediocre team. Wolves, by the way, defeated the Warriors 121-110. They win the series 4-1. They bounced Jimmy Butler's sorry ass right out of there. 17 points on a robust 4 of 11 shooting. He works so hard, bro. But hey, they did have 2 players that had 28 and 26 points. The Pazanski or Pazum. I don't know. It's pronounced not the way it's spelled. I forgot. But anyways, he had 28 points, and then Kuminga had 26. So they tried to bail Butler out, but they couldn't. Celtics defeated the Knicks. They routed them 127-102. New York still leads 3-2. Tonight, 8:30 on ESPN, Thunder and Nuggets. Thunder favored by 4.5. Over and unders 216.5. OKC leads the series 3-2. That is your 3. Oh, and one more thing. Derrick Henry signs a 2-year contract extension worth $30 million. $25 million of it is guaranteed. He is signed through the 2027 season. And Jordi Alba of Inter Miami also is signed today through the 2027 season, which makes no sense at all, but whatever. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. I mean, everything that Inter Miami is doing is working so well. They're just pulling all the right strings. Team just gets better and better. Yeah.
That's a stadium move.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Got to sell those tickets. Jordy will be there. Messi will be there.
Argentine community, please buy our tickets.
At least for the first couple of years.
It's the novelty. I don't know, but Pelé won like 6 NASL titles. So, just saying. I know. Apparently, the MLS is a lot tougher than people think around the world. I mean, next time I hear people shitting all over the MLS, I don't know. Messi can lead Argentina to a world championship, but guy can't even get out of the first round of the MLS. Doesn't sound very impressive to me. Yes, sir.
No, I do not watch enough soccer to know if this is accurate or not, but it's a lot more physical in the MLS, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because like I see these guys.
That's one thing. The
complaining
Serie
all the
A
time
guys,
about,
they don't talk about that ever. Yeah, the talent level is better, obviously, in Premiership.
Yes.
But the MLS is much more physical than both those leagues.
Yeah, you don't.
And that's
get
why the
same-
stars come here and don't dominate right away. They actually have
gotta
an
learn how to
adjustment.
figure out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chicharito came here and he struggled at the beginning. Lots of guys have come
Well,
here
even-
and they've struggled.
I don't know how good he was. I just know he came to Higuain.
Yeah, he
He
struggled
struggled
too.
for a while, and he finally figured.
Right. It happens a lot of times that they don't really tear it up. Messi made a nice adjustment, although he ain't winning shit. So, you can score all you want, but you got to start winning, bro. True Fin fan. Thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, so who won in the Butler trade? No more Warriors, 16-2 since the Jimmy trade. The Heat lost. No matter what. They won because they got rid of him finally. But, True Fin fan, dude, you're hardcore. Listen, I love Pat Riley, but I called it already. They should have traded him right after that last trip to the finals. I'm a Chris Greer guy. He effed up with X, and he effed up recently with Tyreek. We got to call shit like we see it, dude. And it wasn't all hindsight. We said it way before. So if you trade him right after the finals, okay, you saw that he wasn't that player after that for the rest. And I saw it that year when you just throw the regular season as shit, and the problem with our fan base is they get lazy. Oh, well, wait a minute. It paid off for us. Well, bro, go look at the history of the league. Does that pay off for you to be the 8th seed? It does not. But then we start getting this attitude, and you idiots. Just because he did it once, we don't have no, dude, you see what happened last year? We did it. No, we're going to do it again. That's how stupid Heat Nation is. That's how effing stupid Heat Nation is. Like, you people are stupid. Stupid. King size stupid. This is a league that buries the 8th seed 99% of the time. You don't want to be the 8th seed. And you idiots started thinking like, oh, yeah, no, we're going to get out of the 8th seed every time and we're going to make a run. And we're going to go to the finals like we did the first time with Jimmy. And right there I knew, as we say in Spanish, Jimmy Butler es un descarado. And he was loafing the whole season, he got away with it. And then what happens con el descarado? When you allow a descarado to get away with it, guess what he's going to do again and again and again? And I saw it, bro. And you had to get rid of him that moment. I don't care. Heat Nation isn't smart, bro. Oh, my God, you're trading Butler after the championship. Well, Heat Nation, you're not smart. So did you think you were going to keep coasting in the regular season and then keep getting to the finals? That's grand. That is grand, bro. King size stupidity. It's like the X thing. Same thing, True Fin fan. The guy's had a bunch of problems off the field. The guy has had like 5 different knee surgeries. He's deep in his career. He gets 10 interceptions. And you keep him around? No, dude. There's a jump off at a moment. This is it with these kind of guys. Not Marino, not Jason Taylor, not Zach Thomas. I don't get off the gravy train ever with those people, with Wade. We let them retire with us because they're great human beings and great players, and they are allowed to age gracefully. The Tyreeks of the world are not allowed to age gracefully on your team. The X's of the world are not allowed to age gracefully on your team. These pain in the asses, you get some production out of them, but you don't allow them to take over. Dude, how was the Minnesota crowd reacting to Jimmy Butler last night? Did you watch it? Oh, you didn't watch it? Booed every time. Okay. Well, yeah, I watch Butler because I want to see his ass get eliminated. But my point is Butler going to be loved anywhere he goes from his former teams? Philly's the only one he gets a break because he was there for just a year, less than a year, traded there, and then they decided to go youth instead of him. And so Philly thinks like they missed out. You know what I'm saying? But everywhere else, he's hated. And eventually he'll be hated in Golden State. Look how he played the last 2 games. But Heat Nation is stupid. You people are stupid. And you got burned for being stupid. And so did Pat Riley for being stupid. Just like hanging on to X, stupid. Extending Tyreek, stupid. So the Heat never won in this. The only thing they won is that they finally learned late not to pay him. They finally learned late. Put it this way, okay? Jerome Powell is always late to raise rates or lower them, okay? Pat Riley is the Jerome Powell of general managers. And so is Tyreek, and so is Chris Greer in this sense. Too late. Too late. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And when it comes to poker at times, lately, the Dolphins and the Heat, they don't play it very well. If you play good poker, you don't extend Mike McDaniel, dude. Why? He never earned it. But look at the owner you have. It's the same guy that extended Joe Philbin for no reason. Some know how to play poker and some don't. And Pat Riley lately has been freaking horrible at poker. He chose Whiteside over Wade. He chose Kyle Lowry for major cap space. He hung on to Butler too long and ruined the Heat. The Heat's future is screwed up. They have no picks to trade to acquire anything. They don't have sexy players at all. They're missing picks in the next couple of years. Like, they couldn't have mismanaged it any worse, True Fin fan. They put themselves behind the 8 ball, and they now made it even harder to rebuild. Instead, if you trade Butler right after that championship run, not season, you get your 4 first-rounders, 5 first-rounders for him, and you start. And by the way, you don't even end up with Kyle Lowry, right? Did you end up with? I think, right? I think that's where they. Yeah. So you might even save yourself with Lowry, because Lowry didn't make it to that second finals. No, right? I don't think so. I think he came right after that. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But either way, True Fin fan, I can't give the Heat a break on anything. They Jerome Powell'd the bitch. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at the stats from Golden State's games. In the game 3, he ended up taking 26 shots. They lost 102-97. To me, that was the game. Remember the picture of him leaning over
Oh, he was dead.
Yeah, game 4 and game 5, he took 20 shots total. 11 and 9. Done.
And a bad percentage.
And in game 2, he only had 13 shots.
And it wasn't
too.
efficient either.
No, it was. I just had it.
So he wasn't efficient either on the shooting. So
yeah, 4 of 11 this last game.
Yeah. Thank you, True Fin fan. Appreciate you again for the super chat. Thank you. Pat in Asheville says 5 night games. The damn NFL is out of their damn minds. Browns, Colts, Titans, and got Bupkis. Yeah, I know. But I can understand all of those not getting any games. I can't understand Miami getting 6 primetime games. I cannot understand that. We didn't earn it. We're not very good. We will embarrass you more often than not. Yeah. Well, except for the Jets and Pittsburgh. Those aren't good teams. We actually have a legit chance to win those games. Legit chance. Even sorry ass McDaniel can win a game there. Yeah, Russell or no, that's the Giants. Yeah. What else do we have here? Big O, these primetime games are adversity that gives us an opportunity or whatever stupid shit McDaniel says. Tyrod Taylor? Okay. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's crazy, man. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And, folks, we will be at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. I think it's 2 Wednesdays from now, right? If I'm correct. It is next Wednesday? Yeah, it is the 21st. It is. You are correct. It is next Wednesday because today's the 15th. Yes. So we're going to be at Subaru of Pembroke Pines next Wednesday at 16100 Pines Boulevard. And folks, if you are interested in a Subaru, use that QR code right there, or mention our name. If you go there to Subaru of Pembroke Pines, you will get $500 off the next purchase you make of a Subaru vehicle. So if you're looking to make a purchase, go check out my friends at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. For myself, I'm telling you, I'm getting a car at the beginning of 2026, right around there. And the Solterra is one of the vehicles that I am looking forward to. Right now, you can get the premium for $297 a month, 0% down, 0% for 72 months, folks. So take advantage. They've got the Forester, the base, for $257 a month, 3.9% financing. The Outback base, $247 a month, 2.9% financing. The Cross Trek, got plenty of those, $237 a month. The base, 3.9% financing. Tell them that Big O sent you. They'll take care of you, man. They're really good people out there at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right. By the way, did Big E nail the schedule? Because I didn't know. You did? Nice job. What a sleuth. Way to go. Way to go. Nice. Very nice. Let's see. What else do we have? The Heat need to stop trading their draft picks away. I know. You know. So look at the Scary Terry pick. You gave away a first rounder for that shit. You know, it's got to end. Bro.
Davion Mitchell, baby.
It's one of the few bright spots out of it all.
It is, but it's also Miami Heat, right?
Right.
Because now they're going to give him, a big deal or something. Now you're hoping that he's going to
overpay him.
Yep.
Yeah. And because you don't have much, and because you don't have players like him on the roster.
Yeah.
There's very few tough players on that roster. He's one of them.
Yeah. No, the truth.
He is one of them.
And in reference to the question,
he actually fits the culture.
Yeah.
Really fits the culture.
He does. The reference to the question is Pat Riley. You talked about it earlier. Mike McDaniel, he can't go from, good cop to bad cop. That's Pat Riley does not believe in young players.
Right.
If you look at the history of Pat Riley.
Right, but that's got to change.
No, I know, but Again, you said it before. They don't change, and that's Pat Riley. I think is probably the best example of
The
that. 'Cause
worst
he says
part
he's
is-
going to change, but he doesn't.
Think about it. If you would have done it by the time that last trip to the championship, and you would have gotten your four first rounders or 5 for him at that moment, you would have been already several years into the rebuild, and you might have already been turning the corner. And instead, now you're nowhere, and you're nowhere in the rebuild, because no matter what anybody tells you, dude, okay, beat writers or Heat-centric sites, because one thing I'm learning about today's media nowadays is the ones that are, just tailored to one sport, they got to sell you hope because they want you to come back to read. They want you to come back to check them out and all that. And, it's kind of, they're worried about, losing the views and all that. I don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you what I feel. And there's no hope right now for the Heat. You got to have, dude, when we won championships, not the shit that just happened the last couple of years, the fluky runs. Look, I look at the players that are part of those teams. Is there any comparison to what you're watching here the last couple of years? No. Not even close. And that's because the front office has lowered their standards, and they don't have the ammunition anymore, and they don't have the rules in place with the cap space so they can accommodate those kind of things like they used to. And because you're no longer winning like you used to, you're not as sexy anymore. Yes, sir.
I was saying, in reference to that, also just look at the teams that are in the NBA playoffs.
Right.
Does our roster even come close to that?
No.
When you look at it.
And then the worst part is that now Heat Nation is stupid. What are they talking about now? Durant. Like, bro, that's not going to get you anywhere. Giannis, not going to get you anywhere. First of all, you don't even have enough to trade for Giannis. And by the time you trade everything, you have nothing but Giannis. And you still don't have picks. How do you get better? It's just stupid. And you can add Durant and you'll still lose too much. And you're not even close to making a championship run. It's really it's a really delusional fan base. And the people that do Heat content must know that they can get your ass and take you for a ride because you people are suckers. Yes, sir.
With Giannis, he would leave the Bucks to come to a team that would be the Bucks because they'd have nobody around him again. It's just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Why would he come here? Right. Makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, the schedule came out, and everybody, they all have their own ways of presenting the schedules and all this kind of stuff. So the Colts ended up putting together a schedule, with AI or whatever they said. And in that one, it had a Dolphin number 10, Tyreek, and getting pulled over by the Coast Guard, like getting arrested. Tyreek found it funny. He thought they shouldn't have erased it. The Colts finally figured out that probably wasn't right, so they erased it. There's a lot of things I want to talk about with this. Okay. First of all, why are you erasing something that should have been approved already through many circles? Plus, when it comes to schedule, it's become a thing that I'm sure everybody in your building and all 32 are going, hey, let me see the video of the schedule before you guys put it out. I'm sure you probably sent an email of the video to your employees. So, hey, check it out. Don't share it, but this is the video we're about to show tonight. So nobody had a reaction to Tyreek. And by the way, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's funny. And I got another point on that. Like I said, there's layers. But first of all, let's get to that. How does anything like that get out there? And please don't apologize after the fact and don't do any of that. Your apology doesn't mean shit. You have plenty of people that saw that video. You knew what the video was all about. Why apologize? Don't apologize. It's funny. It's also true. You know what's true? The Dolphins are soft. They're wussies. They've been wussies for 40 years. Okay? All the way from Woodstock till now. Wussies. They get pushed, squashed, and embarrassed every single time in big moments. 40 years of wussiness. So guess what? Pick on them. It's what the Dolphins deserve. The Heat, soft. They fold. The front office, not doing a good job. It's what they deserve. It's what's going on. It's who they are. Tyreek, you're a complete screw-up, dude. Yeah, you can catch the football sometimes, but outside of that, your life is a disaster. And yeah, you could be arrested at any time because that's who you are. You could be arrested for a domestic violence issue, for speeding, or for anything else because you're liable for it. So guess what? You should be exposed for that and made fun of. I'm sorry. This is what you've earned. So I don't have a problem if you want to say the Heat is soft. I don't have a problem if you want to say, hey, the front office is doing a terrible job and they're out of touch. It's all true. You want to Tyler Hero, bro. Players in the NBA are calling Tyler Hero out that, hey, you want to score? Just attack Hero. That's what you deserve, bro. Tyler, that's who you are, dude. You're soft. You give up probably more points than you score. You bring nothing to the defensive side of the court. So you could say that the Colts were wrong and all of that, but you know what? In the end, they knew what they were doing. I don't know how it got through all the channels, but they knew what they were doing. So their apology doesn't mean shit to me. And it is wrong. And you shouldn't have done that. You should rise above that. That's the Dolphins' problem, not yours. But I'm going to say this. Since that is who the Dolphins are, since that is who Tyreek is, since that is who Tyler Hero is, since that is who the Dolphins are, or the Heat, or whatever, or the Toronto Maple Leafs, so be it, bro. You want to change the opinion? Well, then change the narrative, man. That's all. So the fact that any of these people are labeled what they are, Tyreek a disaster, Tyler a weakling, it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. That's what you've earned. So we really shouldn't feel insulted by any of this. You know what I mean? Tyreek, to his credit, he laughs about it. But deep down inside, dude, this is what you're known for more than anything else. You're known for being a total screw-up that can actually play receiver. But you're really known more for being a total screw-up. There you go. The team, when they previewed you getting arrested. Not getting any touchdowns or anything like that. Anything on the football side of it. So laugh all you want. But remember, they're laughing at you, not with you. All right. What else do we have going on? By the way, Coinbase got hacked. They didn't get to any of the crypto, but they did get your KYC, your information, and that kind of stuff. I don't use Coinbase. I used Coinbase years ago, but a long time ago, I don't like the way they do some business, and so I decided not to use them at all. So I've stayed away from them personally. And if I was any of you, if I ever buy anything from Coinbase, I would move it off the platform right away. So make sure you never keep your stuff on platforms. Okay, make sure you move them out. R.I.P. to Joe Don Baker, the actor, 89 years old, walking tall, 007, all that good stuff. We just passed away at 89. That's pretty good. I'll take 89, bro. I'll take 89. You get to your 80s, that's very, very impressive, dude. Very impressive. Edward Thurston House says, I've been thinking about this. The only time the Dolphins really stepped up in a tough game was the Chicago Bears in 85. Yeah. And that's because the entire 72 team was on the sidelines. And they were like, yeah, no, dude, Zonk's here. We're not letting, no. Jake Scott's here. No, we're not doing that. No. Yeah, we're not going to look like assholes. And we also had the perfect matchup. It was boxing. It's there's a saying in boxing that says styles make fights, which is so true. Okay. And we had the perfect style for their fight because they didn't really have a great secondary. And so they lived off of the pressure from their front. Well, you're not going to be blitzing Marino and making a living off of that. You're dead in the water. There is no faster radar that I've ever seen in the history of mankind than Dan Marino's. Okay, Marino could read a field as he's dropping back better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. His anticipatory skills were sick, along with his incredible arm and accuracy, by the way. So if you thought you were going to blitz him, it's a nice try. And that was a problem. So Fensick and the boys had a long night because they couldn't stay with our receivers and that quarterback. It's not that we were going to run on them or any of that, but we actually had the kryptonite to their Superman. And that was their one weakness. But you had to have that kind of quarterback, those kind of receivers in order to take advantage. And we were set to do it a second time. But what happened? Styles make fights. And guess what? The New England Patriots had what the Bears didn't have. They had a secondary. They had some nasty linebackers, Lippett and Tippett. And they caused 4 fumbles. And what did we do? What we normally do. We choke in a big moment. So the regular season game, you can say that was the tough game. You're right, to a certain extent, because it was a regular season game. We were trying to defend the novelty of the undefeated season for our fellow team. But when push came to shove and you had to go to the AFC Championship game, and and go to the Super Bowl, what happened? So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you stepped up in the moment that didn't really matter because you could have lost that one and you still go through the playoffs and win. Right? You had to take care of business when you're supposed to take care of business. Interesting that the Dolphins never take care of business when they're supposed to take care of business. Protecting the undefeated season or protecting the defeated season. Yeah, we're great at that. Yeah, let's celebrate. We beat Baltimore and avoided the defeated season. Oh, we beat the Bears and broke their undefeated season. But when it comes to actually us winning something for ourselves, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Nah, we'll do it for a novelty. Interesting, huh? How that works out? It's kind of interesting. Disturbing. By the way, have you seen that whole story about Floyd Mayweather and how broke he is? Like the IRS is going after him for all kinds of millions of dollars that he like refused to pay. It wasn't like he was cheating the IRS, lying on his document. He just didn't pay. Wow, it's crazy shit, dude. Let's get to a little music. I always love doing some music. Let's do that. Let's start off with musicians born on this date on the 15th. All right. Andrew Eldrick with Sisters of Mercy, born in 59. Mike Oldfield, interesting, from Tubular Bells, born in 1953. Brian Eno, amazing producer, born in 1948. U2, David Bowie, Talking Heads, Coldplay, all kinds of stuff. He's pretty special. Gary Thane, bassist with Uriah Heep, born in 48. Graham Goble, or Goble. Either way, as I reminisce, he is the lead singer of the Little River Band, born in 47. Who else? Celebrating birthdays. Baba OJ from Arrested Development, born in 32. Wow. I had no idea they had somebody that old in Arrested Development. Okay. All right. That's you learn something every day. Let's go with musicians. I'm sorry, other people, other famous people born on the 15th. U.S. First Lady Ellen Winslow, born in 1860. Obviously, these are people that are no longer with us. When I just say the date and no age, then you know they're passed away. Musician Eddie Arnold, 1918. U.S. Secretary Madeleine Albright, born in 37. Chaz Palminteri, the actor, born in 52. He's 73 today. Hall of Famer George Brett, born in 53. He's 72 today. Dan Patrick, broadcaster, 56. He's 69 today. Musician and legend, and one of the godfathers of rap, Melly Mel, from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. But he is he's considered one of the founding fathers of rap, pretty much, Melly Mel. Born in 61, he is 64 today. Happy birthday to that legend, dude. Writer Laura Hillenbrand, born in 67, she's 58. Emmett Smith, born in 69, he's 56 today. Actor Jamie Lynn Sigler, Sopranos, born in 81, she's 44. She's pretty young still. She was young in the show. Let's see what else. Brad Schultz from Cage the Elephant. Cage the Elephant is actually coming to town. They're coming with two other bands that I have no idea who the hell they are. He was born in 82. He's 43 today. Tennis legend Andy Murray, born in 87. He's 38. And that is famous people. Sean Stanley. Do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, sir. Dragon Lee turns 30. Giovanna Eberneo turns 28. The last living brother of the Von Erich brothers, Kevin, he turns 68 today. Filthy Tom Lawler turns 42. And damn, Ron Simmons turned 67 on May 15th, 2025.
Like it? All right. Let's move over to music history. Why don't we do that, ladies and gentlemen? In 94, on this date, Blur scored their first #1 album in their homeland, the UK, with Parklife. It would go on to spend over 2 years on the charts over there. In 75, Fleetwood Mac debuted their new lineup in El Paso, Texas. It was the first incarnation of the band that included Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham, Mick Fleetwood, John, and Christine McVie. In 97, on this date, Oasis became one of the first artists to attempt to exert censorship over the internet. the band worked with Sony to put an end to unofficial websites carrying lyrics, sound files, or photography of the band. In 76, the Rolling Stones had the number one album in the country with Black and Blue. In 71, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young went to number one on the charts with Four-Way Street. In 82, Asia had the number one album with their self-titled LP. It would go on to spend a total of 9 weeks on the top of the charts, becoming the best-selling album of the year. In 82, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder started a 7-week run on the tops of the singles charts with Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony. All right, here we go. In 84, Nils Lofgren was drafted into the E Street Band by Bruce Springsteen to replace little Stevie Van Zandt. And that's what happened today in music history. How do you like them apples? Dougie Fresh says a philosophical question. Can't wait to read this. If you survey Tyreek's combination of immense talent and self-destruction, is this the same force with talented musicians who burn out due to selfishness? Lauryn Hill? This guy that, rest in peace, but he's an idiot, Scott Weiland, killed himself, STP. Alice in Chains, not Denny Lane, that's Wings. Something Lane. And two different spellings of Lane, too. Anyway, the lead singer of Alice in Chains, now I'm forgetting. Yeah, that happens in life. Amy Winehouse, a beautifully talented singer, okay, and her alcoholism and drug addiction. Yeah. So Tyreek is one of those guys that, he's disrupting his career because of, not to the extreme of some of these other ones, but people like that, Lauryn Hill didn't die, but because of her laziness, because of her inconsistencies, after the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, you're like, holy shit, this woman is on fire and she's headed for a hell of a career, and her lazy ass didn't continue making music. Hell, she can barely show up to a concert on time. So we have those kind of people in all walks of life. Definitely. Musicians too, just like athletes, that they have all the ability and they find ways to disrupt their careers. Sure. Yes, sir.
Lane Staley.
Staley.
Layne.
Lane Staley. Thank you. Reverse. Denny Lane, his lane is back in the at the end, and then Lane is in the front. So that's where I got it confused. Okay? That's what Confucius say. I got it confused. Big O, what exchange do you use for altcoins? Crypto.com, Uphold, Kraken, Binance. I can use Venmo now if I want to purchase Chainlink, Solana, and Ethereum, and one more. I got one more. Well, Bitcoin. But and I use Venmo, I use Swan, I use Cash App. I use all of that for purchasing crypto and alts. So okay. But what do I do after I purchase it? I just let it all sit there and pile up. So make sure, I know you can't move it on every purchase because that would be gas fees. But once you get a little pile, move it. Don't keep anything long-term on an exchange at all, ever. Move it. Big O, you could see how frustrated that Bears defense was getting during that game versus Marino, the Dolphins in 85. His reading and release were just too much, even for their fabulous defense. Exactly. And Marino is one of those guys you don't blitz. You don't blitz Marino. No. And if you want to, please go ahead. That's how we were as Dolphin fans. Oh, they're blitzing Danny. This is awesome. He's going to light him up, you assholes. You're supposed to stay back in coverage and stop the run. And, that's how you have a chance against the Dolphins. Try to force us to be perfect. But if you're going to give us, you're going to put yourself with one less defender out there. That was the best. Because Danny was going to find a running back. He was going to find one of his tight ends, and he was going to find the receivers. And it didn't matter. You weren't going to get to him with a blitz. It was over. So you're right. And that was we had the panacea for their disease. We were Sylvester Stallone in Cobra. Okay? You're a disease, and I'm the cure. I think that's the line or something like that, right? From Cobra. It's a great line. Great line from Cobra. You're a disease, and I'm the cure. Good movie. I don't know if it holds up. I haven't seen Cobra in a long time. Cool car, too. Cool car. I remember that. Alonzo says, I agree with you, Big O. You couldn't blitz Marino. He would pick you apart. What a shame that they couldn't surround him with the right man. No defense, no running game, and a strong offensive line. That hurt us. We only had a left side of the line. That's how it goes, man. We were a soft team, man. We were finesse. And that was the problem. We still haven't figured it out, bro. We have a quarterback now that more than ever, we should be a physical running team. Like he came from Alabama. That's like, there's the blueprint, dudes, right there. Build a line, run the shit out of the football, and let the kid play off play action, and he'll be fine. He'll kill you. He'll be awesome. But, we're not going to have a running game, or when it's working, we're not going to dedicate ourselves. We're not going to get big receivers for him. We're not going to get the tight end involved until his fourth year, or fifth year. Was this his fifth year or fourth year? No, this was his fifth year. We waited to the fifth year to give him a tight end. It's just stupid shit, bro. Just stupid shit. You got to learn how to build teams, whether it's Marino or Tua. You got to learn how to, you know who he is? Okay, well, then do what's right around him. Let's Montana. No, let's have him run around. Let's have him take on tacklers. No. We'll build a line. We'll give him Roger Craig. We'll give him a Hall of Fame receiver, a Hall of Fame tight end, and we'll give him another damn good receiver on the other side. And we'll give him an all-pro line. All-pro line all over the place. How's that going to work out? Oh, yeah, that might work out pretty good for Joe Montana. Not for Dan Marino, because he didn't have that. So it's the same. It's all the same shit, dude. We used to say it all the time back in those days. Take Montana out, put him with the Dolphins, and put Marino with the Niners, and the Niners win all those championships the same way. And Montana doesn't win shit because he doesn't have a running game. He has to run for his life at times because he doesn't have a right side of the line, and he doesn't have a defense. So he better be ready to score 45, 50 points every week because your defense is going to allow 45 points. So, nothing has changed in every way possible. Nothing's changed on how you build football teams, and nothing has changed on how you should do it. The problem is we just never do it right, no matter who the quarterback is. That's all. Amanda. Yes, sir.
No, Edward Thurston, actually, the comment was exactly what I was going to kind of say.
What did he say? Brad Arnold? Oh, no, the lead singer for Three Doors Down. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
No, Thurston.
I saw that, Edward Thurston. Now, which one?
I meant the one after the super chat. I'm sorry. It just came in.
Oh, no, he had Gesicki. There was nothing wrong with Gesicki. That's my point. That's not Tua's fault. That's the coach's fault. And now they signed this big receiver from Tennessee. I like him. I think, there's a lot of times where Greer just provides what he needs. It's just this guy just doesn't, whatever, bro. It is what it is. Amanda, thank you for the love in the super chat. I have a majority of my crypto on Coinbase. Oh, God, no. No. Tangem, please go get it. And get the one with the 3 cards, Amanda. Okay? And go to tangem.com. Don't buy it from a third party. Go to tangem.com. Get it right away. And once you receive it, go to YouTube and learn how to use your video, learn how to use a Tangem wallet, and also watch the videos on put in the search on YouTube how to transfer crypto from Coinbase to Tangem, and watch that video. They'll show you step by step. You follow it, and remember, Amanda, okay, like everybody else, let me give you a little tip here. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is the best advice that anybody ever could give you. Okay, let's just have fun. Let's say you have $500 of Bitcoin, $5,000 of Bitcoin, or $50,000 of Bitcoin. Okay, whatever it is, Amanda, the first time, and everybody else out there, the first time you're connecting from your from an exchange to your cold storage wallet like Tangem or whatever you use, Trezor, whatever. There's a lot of them. Okay, the first time. So Amanda, let's say you have 500, 5,000. I don't care. You send $50. You send $40. Okay, you send a minimal amount, and you wait for it to transfer, and then you see that it transferred, and then you go about doing the same steps again. So now you know the bulk of your money and everything's going to transfer. So always have a little test run, establish the connection. Once it's established, then you're done and you're fine. But that first time, make sure that you've tested the bridge. Okay, you should never have a problem, because pretty much I've never had a problem, and I've been doing it for nearly 6 years now, 5.5, let's say. Never really had a problem, but I'm just telling you, you shouldn't have a problem, but always test it first. Okay, Amanda? Always do that, please. And yeah, Edward, I saw that about the singer from Three Doors Down. It's devastating, man. It's I'm tired of cancer. We've all been affected by it. It's taken one of our family members, friends, whatever. I lost my best friend to cancer. I lost my uncle to cancer. You know what I mean? We got to solve this shit one day, man. Really do. God, I almost feel like somebody's got the cure out there. They just make so much damn money off of it that, they're keeping it away from us. Some of you ever feel like that? It's kind of strange, man. And it's sad that cancer affects so many of us in so many different ways. Amanda says, I have 50K in Bitcoin, but it is smart to do all at once or no. Do what I told you. Send $50. Okay. And if it connects, then follow the same steps so you can send the rest. You're fine. Or remember, you're going to get charged a gas fee every time. So you're losing a little bit of Bitcoin. So, you know what I mean? You're fine. But yeah, you're talking about half a Bitcoin there. I mean, if you want to feel safe, Amanda, send the $50. It goes through, then send 5,000. It goes through, then send 15,000. It goes through, then send the rest. You know what I mean? And you're going to lose like, I don't know, $2 in the transactions, something like that. So it's not, if you have 50,000, $2 is nothing. So yeah, do that. But please get that shit off of Coinbase, Amanda. Please get it off Coinbase. That is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay? I think you're safe for the moment, but they did hack, and that means they got your KYC. And if somehow or another they're holding them ransom for the KYC is your personal information. Know your info. Okay? All right? So it's know your customer, KYC. And that means that they were able to hack your logins and passwords and emails and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they have yours or not. But at the moment, they're trying to hold Coinbase ransom. But you know what Coinbase did? Coinbase said, no, dude, you're not holding us ransom. In fact, we're going to put out a $20 million bounty to get after your ass. So we'll see what's going on there, but they could have your information, Amanda. So please get your Tangent wallet and get that shit quickly. Okay? Never, ever, ever. I repeat it over and over and over again. Never keep your money on exchanges, especially $50,000. Oh my God, I'd be losing my mind. First of all, I don't even have that, but if I had that, oh my God, I'd be losing my mind. Anyway, Big O, what a game 5. I hope over the Leafs sites, they are pissed. They don't know what they look like, the Dolphins in big games. Yep, exactly. Pat in Nashville says, send me 45 in Bitcoin. I'll keep it safe. Amanda, you're going to get a lot of people to offer you, hey, I'll take care of it for you. I'll protect those $50,000 in Bitcoin. Oh, man. Mr. Carson says, totally agree, Big O. There's no money in cures. Right? Yeah. Pat goes, don't go RFK on us. Oh, LOL. Don't, come on. You got to admit, you've thought of it yourself. You've thought of it yourself. We all have at one point or another. I mean, it's, as the Mad Dog would say, I put it through my Rossi, my Nossi, and it don't smell so Rossi. I have to do that. I have to do that. So we've got the Panthers and the Dolphins tomorrow at 8 o'clock because the Oilers eliminated, what was it? What was it they eliminated? The Stars last night? No. Was it the Stars? I forgot who it was. But they eliminated somebody, and so then that series is over. If not, it would have been a 7 o'clock start again because it would have been a doubleheader. But this time around, they eliminated them. So we get to play. Huh? Oh, Vegas. Vegas, baby. Vegas. So they eliminated Vegas. So now we play at 8 o'clock against the Dolphins on Friday night. So that's going to be cool. The Capitals? Oh, so they can go game 7? Oh, game 6. Because, they're down 3-1. Yeah, the Canes, right? Aren't the Canes dominating? Dude, did you watch the first game that the Canes won? Those are some ugly-ass jerseys. They have the ugliest jersey in the NHL. I don't know if you guys saw that one that just says Canes on it. Oh, my God, it is terrible. And I was like, yo, guys, you're walking around with the name Canes. Can it look at least cool? I know it's not our Canes, but you're dissing us, bro. You're dissing us. Ugly uniform, bro. Muff ugly. Not ugly, muff ugly. Do you know what muff ugly is? It's mother ugly. That's muff ugly.
In the East, there's 2 teams that were under 100 points, and both teams are dominating their series.
What have we talked about the home ice?
Yeah.
Means nothing. Means nothing. And by the way, I'm glad we own Carolina now. Remember how Carolina used to own us? Yeah, we'll take care of Carolina. I'm not worried about that. Amanda, thank you for the love on the super chat. Very, very nice of you. Thank you. Very generous. Next time, Amanda, please use Cash App or Venmo. Because damn YouTube takes 30% of that, man. That's so we keep it there, but I'd rather Venmo or Cash App because it goes a lot farther for us. But thank you, Amanda, and good luck to you. And please get that Tangent wallet. Please get that Tangent wallet. Did you finally get a locking mattress? Oh, you guys are talking about Pat. The new Wolf Alice song is amazing, and the singer Ellie isn't very hard on the eyes either. I checked it out and actually, since you turned me on, I had no idea who the hell Wolf Alice was until you turned me on. And Wolf Alice, I think we were in Carolina for the concert, for the Crowded House concert, and that's when you told me about Wolf Alice when we were standing outside waiting to get in. If I remember correctly, that's exactly the moment you told me about Wolf Alice. Had you ever heard of him and all that? And I had no freaking idea about it. And then I've been turned on, and obviously I have my playlist with Wolf Alice and all that. So thank you for reminding me about the new song, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Pat. You are a stud, brother. You are a special dude. Appreciate you, my friend. Big time. Oh, man. All right. It is time to wrap it up here on the show. We thank all of you out there as always. We appreciate it. We thank, of course, the Brunetti family for making it happen for us here and supporting our show as always. Steve Calabro is actually in Jersey. So he's got a celebration in the family, and he's enjoying it. So good for him. And congratulations to him and the family on that one. So good stuff. We'll catch up with him next week here on the show. We'll have some fun. We thank all the great people out here at Hialeah Park, making it nice and easy for us to broadcast as always. And of course, always love working with this man, Sean Stanley. Appreciate you all out there. Don't forget, if you can help us get to Spain, use the QR code that's there. It's the what's it called? The GoFundMe page, and help us get to Spain. That's PayPal there. Oh, it's coming now. Okay, good. It's late. There we go. Yes, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, also to support the show. Visit our amazing sponsors like Hialeah Park, which right here, get the $100 no regret first bet. Sloman's Home Shield, 1-800-ALARM-ME. We're like in 14 different states. So check it out. And you get a free door alarm. Just tell them that Big O sent you, and you will take advantage. 1-800-ALARM-ME, and they will take care of you. Good people out there, as always. Welton Rayom, you want a good lawyer? Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, they know how to get it done. Good people out there. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, same bat channel.